Without light, there is no color. And there's no joy without despair. There's no unity without our differences. And likewise, it is silence that breeds music. In all of its colors, in all of its joy, in all of us. Music is an expression of humanity. Yearning for visibility, for inclusion and diversity. Music is about making the world a safe space for all of us. Music is more than just zeitgeist, it's eternity. It's immortality. And it's a celebration of the moment.
Tonight, we want you to celebrate with Alyona, with Zoe Wees, with the German cast of Hamilton, with Jan Delay. Tonight, we want you to get inspired by Natalia Klitschko, Amy Gutmann. Tonight, we want you to meet the jury for this year's Anchor Award, Bill Kaulitz, Pablo Vittar, Joy Denalani, Pella Almquist, Taylor Parks, and Tony Visconti. But first, we want you to get all starry-eyed for the one and only Ellie Goulding.
Never easy, lover. Given all you got to each other, and then every time it's hard to recover. We were only young, we were only young. It was never easy, lover. I just wanted you to hold me closer, but it always seemed to go even further. Be honest, if we were able to be together, we would be something fatal. But I need your touch right here on the table. We were only young, we were only young. And I've been working in a straight line, finding this again. But every time I leave, you pull me back in. Easy lover. Cool on me, don't be cruel to me, 'cause I know you've done it before. Easy lover, keep it cool on me, give it all to me. foolishly in love with you, just like all the other girls. You promise you can't stop believing. You want me and you're foolishly in love, but you're not. So I take a shot, easy lover. Oh, give it cool on me, don't be cruel to me, 'cause I know you've done it before. Easy lover, keep it cool on me, give it all to me, yeah. 'Cause I know you've done it before. Easy lover, keep it cool on me, keep it cool on me, 'cause I know you've done it before. Easy lover, easy lover. Thank you. Thank you, Shem.
No, Ellie Goulding, everybody! I have a microphone for you. Let's go up this way. Listen, you have a new album coming out, and last year you said that it would be a dance thing from outer space.
Yes.
So we know that a lot of things can happen within a year. So the question is it the alien rave that you teased back then?
I think what I meant by that was that it was the album that I've enjoyed the most making, but it's not necessarily the most personal. I feel like I've got myself into a place of escapism where I just want to dance and I want to enjoy singing the music and playing the music and having a bit more fun with it. Whereas my last album was a lot more serious, and so but I liked being in that space then. But then since the pandemic and lots of other things that have happened in my life, I really just want to sing songs that I truly just want to have fun with at the moment. And it sounds very kind of simple and cliche, but that's really it. You know, a lot of people are making dance albums now, and I think it's just what people want. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but like, I don't want a ballad right now. Yeah.
No, people are like, enough with the sadness. But question, talking about the last few years, they've been marked with a lot of uncertainty. And I remember you saying a while back that you would always try to be ready for whatever. But how ready were you for what came in the past few years?
Well, I mean, I don't know if any of us could ever be prepared for a global pandemic. I don't think we had like a guidebook or anything on how to deal with something like that. But I was quite proud of the way that humans galvanized and came together to solve it. Very much how I hope humans come together to solve the climate crisis, to be honest. You know, if you can come together that quickly to solve a global pandemic, you can come together quickly to save the planet. You know, something that our lives all depend on. So, I mean, going back to your question, I don't think any of us were prepared. But I also wasn't prepared to have a baby. So those two things happened at the same time, and it was like it was big. So naturally I wanted to make a dance album after that because I wasn't ready to just go and mope about with ballads and sad songs. But
I feel like all the parents in the crowd can relate. They're like, girl, I don't know what you're doing.
A lot of concealer on right now.
But you still have the energy to come back and perform one more song for us later. Yes. And after that, what can we expect from you? Like in regards maybe to this new album, and will you tour? Can we expect to see you back on German stages sometime soon?
Well, you know, I haven't been able to come back to Germany for such a long time. So if you have me back, I would love to come here on tour and love to do a show. But I've actually spent a lot of time here, so I'm so ready to come back and to do it all again. But I have the album coming, and then I'm going to continue my work with UN, and I mean, that's it really. And being a mom, obviously. Oh yeah, that as well.
That bit, that part. Ellie Goulding will be back. Give it up. Thank you so much. Hi. How are you, everybody? My name is Hadnet Tesfai, and I am so incredibly happy to be here. This is Reeperbahn Festival 2022. This stage will light up like it's New Year's Eve. Let me tell you, we have Zoe Wees in the house. We have a keynote by Natalia Klitschko. And we have your very own, Hamburg's very own, Jan Delay rocking the stage. And so much more. And as you know, throughout the festival, there will be hundreds of gigs and showcases all over Hamburg's club scene. After all, the Reeperbahn Festival is not only the largest European club festival, it is also, on top of that, the top music industry meeting place worldwide, which makes this a very interesting place for up-and-coming new artists. And to shine a light on those stars of tomorrow, every year we give out the Anchor Award. It's an award for the best live act, and the nominees will play throughout Hamburg's clubs in the next few days. And there's a very, very important group of people, of music experts, that will pay close attention, not only to their performances, but also to their material and, of course, to future potential for stardom. Yes, exactly. So please welcome the jury of this year's Anchor Award. We have singer-songwriter, actress Taylor Parks. We have Brazilian superstar Pablo Vittar. We have the frontman of The Hives, Pelle Almqvist. We have Tokyo Hotel's Bill Kaulitz, Germany's only Motown recording artist, Joy Danelane, and of course, the producer of all producers. I personally just call him my boo. Here he is, Tony Visconti.
Good evening. Thank you. It's so good to see you again. How's everybody doing? And isn't this a fine selection of jurors we have here on stage? Aren't they pretty and beautiful and fantastic? I agree. It's rock, it's soul, it's glam, it's pop, and so much more. These artists know how to make you dance, how to touch your heart, and how to soundtrack your life. Each one of them is a unique star, a talent, but once they were also starting out.
You know, the first record I bought was EMF's Unbelievable. Think about the first record you ever owned. What was it? You're supposed to reply. You're supposed to say the same record, though. Nice. And even if you don't have that record anymore, is that music still a part of your life? That's what we do. We collect music in record collections, playlists, and in our hearts, and it becomes a part of us. It's part of our memories of different moments in our lives. Some of it makes us happy, some of it makes us sad, and some of it makes us feel like we want to puke.
As a singer-songwriter, these memories are what influence your art. You know, there's no way around it at all. And yes, some people may say, oh, I recognize this hook or this melody, and it reminds me of a different song. But literally, all art is influenced by something, especially your life experience. It always has, and it always will be. And believe me, it's interesting to listen to young artists and try to discover what are their memories, what's the music that made them want to be an artist, and above all, how is it reflected in their art? These are the nominees for this year's Anchor Award.
Lime Garden. 4 friends from Brighton who met on Facebook.
And I see finally somebody picked up the phone.
Feline Sunny is 21 years old and comes from Unna.
I always feel by your side.
The Haunted Youth from Belgium have a gift. the potential to become your new favorite band. Cassia, that's Rob, Lou, and Jake from Macclesfield near Manchester. Ecstasy is a 20-year-old from Vancouver, determined to deliver challenging vibes. Velour are a Glasgow-based band. Their music and live performance will blow you away.
All week, we'll watch the nominees play live, and then we'll choose the best one. And maybe they will steal their way into your hearts, your record collections, your playlists, and become part of your lives.
In a few days, we'll crown the winner of this year's Anchor Award. And when we do, we hope to welcome you there at the St. Pauli Theater. So enjoy the festival and see you all on Saturday.
As you know, oh yeah, give it up, give it up, give it up. And as you know, we like to check in with the past winners to see what they're up to. So please welcome to the winner of the 2019 Anchor Award, Alyona.
Створим цілами ліс, і здобів таборіс, старий лагори, молоде догори, листями шелести, жолудями тряси, корені відривай, стовбуром помагай. Там ні вікон, ні дверей, тільки це не гарбуз, я планую свій рейс, змальовую спуск, я повірю в людей, люди діти спокус, я збиваю вершки, перетворюю мозк, кажу стоп, і продовжую рух, всіми суміш полук, між гармонів та лук, я цей звук перетворюю в танці, ноги, руки, пальці, себе за прабанці, будь-яку мелодію побити, вхід має попити, ноти ці копляться тут, я тебе запрошую зіграти всю гру, правило єдине показати свій гру, бути смішним це нормально, ми всі нереальні герої, які люблять себе, ми сьогодні множимо рухи, ти просто послухай вібрації, поміж живе. Несі я танцюй так, щоб DUBADAV. Несі я танцюй так, щоб DUBADAV. Залишай смуток, залишай всі печалі, хай ми на домашньому та всі гуртом качали, хай не знає ніхто, що буде з нами всі надалі, та життя ідеї, всі ми крутимо педалі, поділися тим, що зберігаєш всередині, надсилаю вайбері, емоції дивні, покажи усій красі себе, свій скіл, тут дерева шелестять, утворені з людських тіл, тут новий рух, тут новий звук, тут оптимізм, тут позитив, створимо всі навколо нас, сні прощавай, стрес прощавай, створим тілами ліс, і здобів таборіс, старий лагори, молоде догори, листями шелести, жолудями тряси, корені відривай, стовбуром помагай. Несі я танцюй так, щоб DUBADAV. Несі я танцюй так, щоб DUBADAV.
So Alyona is among one of the more visible artists from the Ukrainian cultural scene, but of course there are many, many more. Before Russia started its invasion of the Ukraine, the cultural significance of the country was very much on the rise. Whether it's art, performance, music, film, or basically any type of creative expression, really, places like Kiev, like Lviv, Odessa, and others were haven for the artistic avant-garde with an inclusive background scene or underground scene and an infectious, progressive energy. So the question is, has that changed now? Are they backing down in the darkest of times? And the question is really simple. Hell no. And here to give us an idea of the state of things in the Ukrainian cultural scene is an amazing woman. Please welcome singer, songwriter, and activist Natalia Klitschko.
Hello. Hello, good evening, everyone. Wow. What a performance we just saw. Amazing. Art is a unique language. It's a language we understand with our hearts and our minds. It's an expression on our deepest feelings, but it's also so much more that we don't even realize. Especially music communicates identity, history, mentality, and perspective. It's a form of magic working on so many levels. Right now, for the first time I can remember, the world experienced the music of my home country, the Ukraine, its spirit and its soul, the stories of its people, the dreams and visions of an uncertain future, and the ghost of centuries past. It's always happened like this, doesn't it? It's when disaster strikes that we start to shine a line on a certain region, a particular country. And only then we understand, oh, it's different, but it's same as here. There is art and music and cinema and literature and philosophy and many other type of expression. It got me thinking, why does it only happen in the darkest of time that other people's culture gains significance? Why do we wait for war to get to know our neighbors? Why we are so surprised how much talent there is? I'm so proud of all Ukrainian musicians touring the world right now, communicating our life, our history, and our soul. Really. They are finally putting the Ukraine on the cultural map of this world. People pay attention now. They see we are not stuck in the past. We don't only play folk traditions wearing historical costumes. We are metal, we are pop, we are techno, and we are hip-hop, as you just have seen with Alyona. These artists are creating awareness. But of course, the reason for all of this is tragic. People's lives are uprooted. Their cultural environment is destroyed. The whole infrastructure they built among themselves is gone. Whoever made a living from music is now starting from scratch somewhere else but home. I know there are those who stay, and I'm also extremely proud of them. They face their fears and the danger of unpredictable situation to continue to give art to the people at home. They use their channels to undermine Russian propaganda, not knowing if they will invent it the next day. Yes, you need food and shelter and community, But art shows you that there is still a world beyond these daily necessities, that there is a beauty of hope and a vision of different tomorrow, an offer to leave the world behind, even just for a second. And art show in unexpected places, a rave that you walk into, poetry in passing. It gives the audience courage and dreams and truth. All that is happening right now, yes, in Ukraine, but also in so many other places. Let's not forget that. A festival like this one gives us an opportunity to get to know artists from all over the world, countries we never paid attention, really. It opens our hearts and minds and makes us aware of the past, present, and the future we all share. It may sound very simple, but we have to stay more open and be more curious regarding other cultures and their way of expression. Will we continue to pay attention after the crisis is over? Will we be smarter next time? Will it change our fundamental way of imagining the world? I don't know. But I know this. There is enough space on the stages of Hamburg, Europe, Germany, the whole wide world for everyone. And there is so many beautiful talents on this earth who deserve to be heard and seen and experienced. This festival is the place where everyone has the right to show and express their art, their way of thinking and feeling. And that's how it's supposed to be. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Natalia Klitschko. And you can all keep up with what's going on in the Ukrainian cultural scene right here at the Reeperbahn Festival, but also what the war means for the live branch of the music industry in Europe as a whole, and more importantly, how we can support our colleagues there and many other aspects of how to deal with this crisis. On top of that, we'll have 2 showcases of Ukrainian artists for you. Just check the online program about the wheres and the whens. So, our next performer grew up right here in this city. She's a Hamburg gal. She's from the north part of the city, to be precise, where she caught nationwide attention at the age of 14 years old. And then not too long ago, before she was 20 years old, her debut single, Control, streamed more or almost 300 million times on Spotify alone. Yep. Yes, thank you. That's a lot. Thank you, girl. That is a lot. And not only here in Germany, but basically worldwide in the UK and France, and hell, even in the US, people. And on top of that, she was nominated for an NAACP award earlier this year. I mean, what? Yes, I heard a few woo, and you have to keep them coming right there because she's an amazing artist. So please give it up for my girl, Zoe Wees.
For 16 years, it was me and my mom picking me up when I cried. And it hurts like hell every day that you're gone. Now another part of me dies. Yesterday we were nothing but strangers, and now you're standing there at the door. Oh, I hate that I look like your daughter. Can't look in the mirror no more. And I don't wanna cry these tears with my daddy's eyes. And turn up after all these years just to say goodbye. All the birthdays, all the worst days, happy Christmas. You're missing all the nights you never sent me to sleep. And I don't wanna cry these tears with my daddy's eyes. Not tonight, no, not tonight. How come every other kid had a father picking them up after school? And I've got history that you weren't part of. Well, the hell were you? Yesterday we were nothing but strangers, and now you're standing there at the door. Oh, I hate that I look like your daughter. Can't look in the mirror no more. And I don't wanna cry these tears with my daddy's eyes. Turn up after all these years just to say goodbye. All the birthdays, all the worst days, happy Christmas. You were missing all the nights you never sent me to sleep. And I don't wanna cry these tears with my daddy's eyes. Not tonight. Now that I'm 18, I'm learning to make it, living this better without you. Brian Magdalene, Chloe, Hillary, don't have to feel the way I do. Now that I'm 18, I'm learning to make it, living this better without you, without you. And I don't wanna cry these tears with my daddy's eyes. And turn up after all these years just to say goodbye. Happy Christmas, you were missing all the nights you never sent me to sleep. And I don't wanna cry these tears with my daddy's eyes. Not tonight, no, not tonight. Thank you guys so much.
Zoe Wees! Girl, I know, right? Oh! Daddy's Eyes, her new single, is out on Friday. And after that, seriously, good luck trying to catch her, because this woman is going to be all over the place, quite literally, from November on. She'll be in Germany, then Switzerland, then Italy, then France, and then UK, and so on and so forth. Please give it up for the amazing Zoe Wees. Yes. People, you're in a good mood. I like that. I do. And do you know why we put on such a good show for you here? Do you know? Do you have any idea? Like a wild guess? Anyone? No? We really need you to clap, right? We need you to go crazy. You know, we need you to scream as loud as you can from the top of your lungs, sing along, stomp, everything, because, fun fact, the excitement in this room is providing all the electricity that we need to power this stage. It's true. It is true. Ish. You know, what's 100% true, though, is that we're all about sustainability. And you know who else is? Our brightest star of the night, Ellie Goulding.
So much. You can hear me, right? Yeah, I took the sparkles off because it was shedding quite a lot, so I worried I would be left with not much. But thank you so much for having me, to not just to sing, but also to come and speak. very generous. I'm so happy to be here. It's been a while since I've been in Hamburg, and also just an honor to be at this festival. The well-respected American scientist Peter Gleick, who has worked for 40 years warning the public on climate change, recently tweeted this: "Every now and then I have to stop and say to myself, we're changing the climate of the entire globe in an uncontrolled and unintentional planet-wide experiment." It blows my mind. Well, it blows my mind too, and I'm sure it's blowing your minds also, every day. So many of you here tonight are invested in raising the alarm on this experiment that will impoverish our children's futures and perhaps ruin them altogether. But we remain in this bubble, and still so many people just don't really get it, which is just weird. I think we should talk about this dual crisis in terms of heartbeats. Let's use heartbeats as a unit of time. After all, we do that often in the music industry. And in songs, they're fleeting seconds, and they're usually lost to lust or love. But in the biosphere, every heartbeat has a consequence. In one heartbeat, 1,000 barrels of crude oil are burned across the globe. Count 6 heartbeats, and you lose a rainforest the size of a football pitch. I feel like that's imagery that most of us know now. And still people, just hear it and just, carry on. In heartbeats, an entire ice shelf can crash into the sea and change our future. A heartbeat takes about a second for a human, but it doesn't have to be destructive. Imagine if we spent every beat doing something to build a really positive future, not adding to this mad, cruel experiment, the one that we're in right now. Then we'd add those beats together to make powerful minutes that change everything for good for all of us. Because in a single minute, you can sign the Montreal Protocol to mend the ozone layer, which is something that literally happened in 1987. It was done, and it had a huge impact. It changed things forever. In a single minute, you can switch investments from bankrolling destruction to putting money into rewilding, one of the best things you can do. In a single minute, you can sign your $3 billion company over to the planet, which we've all read was just done by Yvonne Chouinard of Patagonia, who did exactly that. Yes. That's very cool. That is the coolest thing. So imagine what we can do in this industry, in music in particular. I still think so many more artists can speak up about this, to be honest. I'm just going to say it, I really do. We have a huge carbon footprint, massive. In one tour, we can displace 10,000 kilograms of CO2 by going electric and renewable, which is something I tried to do on my last tour. It was only a teeny tiny tour, but nevertheless, we tried and we did it successfully. So it is possible. In one post, we can mobilize fans all over the world, post on social media, to call for action on climate and nature. In one heartbeat, we can completely change this industry. So why don't we? Why aren't we doing it now? We just have to step up and show up, because we have a rapidly closing window, as we all know. I think it's, we're realizing it more and more now, in which to address the climate and nature emergency, which is what it is. I know many people here, many of you are doing incredible work. As I said, really, really amazing. And I'd love to speak to you individually about it, because I'm always trying to learn myself. But I know that you need more and more support. So go through every single person on your phone that you work with, every associate, artist, tour manager, everybody, and make sure that they are committed to acting on emissions, on pollution, switching to renewables, which is possible. We realize that now. And to those who are in the public eye in the industry, we need more from you too. In truth, sometimes the only voice I hear is my own. And, a few others, actually. I have to give credit to some of the other artists out there, Billie Eilish, Coldplay, 1975, and others, many others that I've forgotten now, but there are artists out there doing stuff. And it does get a bit lonely. It does feel like it's quite heavy sometimes. And I'd love to have, I'd love to have a whole crew, a whole team of other artists and people doing it with me. I really would. If anyone's interested, please get in touch with me. Yeah, I'd love to have more company, basically. And it's time now for more people to speak out. So come and talk to me. So really what I'm trying to say is that this is the time for everyone to make solving the climate and nature crisis just their priority, because it has to be. We need to throw absolutely everything at ending this experiment and instead building a future. And, imagine how good we're going to feel just when we've got that, when we've done that. So that's all I had to say, really. But thank you so much for listening. And, yeah, come and talk to me if you see me.
Ellie Goulding, you heard her. Please go and talk to her. She'll be back in a moment to give you another taste of her music, the amazing Ellie Goulding. As every year, the Reeperbahn Festival partners up with a specific country. We showcase some of their younger artists, we zoom in on their musical industry, and we find out how they deal with the ever-transforming musical landscape. And this year, our partner country is, yeah, you can say it like that. It's the home of large-scale entertainment and some of the most famous and biggest stars worldwide, with a music industry that traditionally sets the standards for the rest of the globe. Of course, I'm talking about the United States of America. And here to give us some insight on the power of transformation and the creation of cultural spaces free of prejudice and discrimination, please welcome the United States Ambassador to Germany, Dr. Amy Gutmann.
Thank you. Dr. Tschentscher, Herr Schulz, ladies and gentlemen, meine Damen und Herren. For the first time, the United States is the official partner of the Reeperbahn Festival. I am thrilled to be here, just thrilled. Reeperbahn is one of the most important international gatherings for the music world, and it allies music with promoting democracy and diversity, equity, access, and inclusion. Germany and the United States are stronger allies than ever in advancing these values. We must and we will do more for the sake of the freedom of our children and grandchildren, for people in need all over the world, and of course, for the brilliantly courageous actions of our Ukrainian sisters and brothers who are fighting for their freedom and for ours. Let's give it up for Ukraine. Nothing more vividly captures how crossing borders advances democracy than the prize-winning musical Hamilton. It tells the story of how Alexander Hamilton, a poor orphan immigrant, rose to become one of America's founding fathers alongside George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, and one of my favorites, Benjamin Franklin, who was the founder of the University of Pennsylvania, where I served as president for almost 20 years. Yeah, go Penn. In brilliantly wrapping the story of the American Revolution, Hamilton is itself revolutionary. It represents how America looks today in all our diversity. When our institutions become not only more diverse, but more inclusive, which goes beyond diversity, they become more innovative. We're all uplifted and transformed for the better. As a university president, I experienced firsthand the life-transforming impact of making education more inclusive and more affordable. My highest priority was to empower wonderful students of all economic backgrounds, of all sexual orientations, of all races, religions, and nationalities to become innovative leaders in every field. Music is a prime example of how inclusion sparks innovation. Constantly being remixed and reinterpreted, music sparks our imaginations. It revitalizes our spirits. You're feeling that tonight. Music transcends borders and languages. Music literally moves us. It connects us. The Reeperbahn Festival is a wonderful example of music's power to be both inclusive and innovative. I am the daughter of an immigrant father who fled Nazi Germany. And I'm the first generation in my family to graduate college. So you can imagine how thrilled I was when Lin-Manuel Miranda came to my university. He's the author of Hamilton and the son of Puerto Rican immigrants. He spoke, He spoke to our many first-generation college students, themselves children of immigrants, themselves the first to have the opportunity to go to college. And here's what he said: I know that many of you made miracles happen to get here today. Like so many others, I grew up aspiring, as Hamilton's title song puts it, to be a hero and a scholar. Our aspirations take hard work to realize, but they also take the aid and understanding of others. Thanks to student aid and supportive mentors, and thanks to the shared democratic culture of our two countries, I have the opportunity of a lifetime. And I wouldn't be here today without that opportunity to be the first woman who is the US ambassador to Germany. Thank you for making that possible. Thank you. Thank you. Our societies need more innovative inclusion. We need more equity. We need more greater understanding across social divides. We need more Lin-Manuel Mirandas, more Hamiltons, and more heroes and heroines whose stories deserve to be told. What a great way to start the Reeperbahn Festival 2022. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Amy Gutmann, for the inspiring words. Give it up. Quick vibe check with the audience. How you guys doing? I mean, by now you should know me. Do you really think I'm like cool with this? But listen, we spend like an hour or something with each other. So if I ask you again, how you doing? You know, So Hamburg, how you doing? Swear. I love you guys so much. I swear I do so much. Do you guys have any idea, ballpark, how many people it needs and it takes to make a Reeperbahn Festival? Anyone? No? Me neither. I have literally no clue how many people it takes to get this whole thing on the road, but I figure it must be a lot. And we want to showcase some of the people who work here relentlessly day and night during our next performance. The person that's going to come here on stage now, you have to welcome him with an incredibly loud and warm round of applause, because I feel like he's basically this city's chief ambassador. If you ask any German what they associate with this city, he usually comes up in the top 3 answers. So please give it up for Hamburg's very own Jan Delay.
So, und ich habe jemanden mitgebracht, aus dem Überraschungsteil geschlüpft. Und wir bringen den einzig wahren Song, den man auf dem Reeperbahn Festival bringen kann. So, Hamburg, ihr dürft aufstehen. Was so?
Keine Panik.
Ich komme rum, am viel gesehen. Istanbul, New York und 10. Und überall bin ich ein bisschen traurig. Oh.
Oder in Rio im Abendwind, in jedem Arm ein schönes Kind.
Oh, yeah.
Und trotzdem bin ich irgendwie so traurig.
Oh, yeah. Ich hänge Ibiza am Strand, leg ein Split von meiner Hand. Und trotzdem bin ich immer noch so traurig.
Ich weiß nicht, warum ich nicht so richtig happy bin. Und eine Weile kommst mir wieder in den Sinn. Oh. Reeperbahn, ich komm an, du geile Meile, auf die ich kann. Reeperbahn, alles klar, du alte Gangsterbraut, jetzt bin ich wieder da.
Und diese Mad habe ich auch mitgebracht. Oh.
Ich stehe cool in Venezia, mit nem Drink in Harrys Bar.
Oh, yeah.
Und wieder bin ich irgendwie so traurig.
Ja, Mann. Ich dreh durch, weil Rock am Ring und 60.000 Leute springen. Und trotzdem bin ich immer noch so traurig.
Oh. Ey, ich höre Opern in Bayreuth, da fehlt mir eine Kleinigkeit. Und wieder bin ich irgendwie so scheiß traurig.
Ich hör mal, den ich sag,
Ich weiß nicht, warum ich nicht so richtig happy bin.
doch nach einer Weile kommst mir wieder in den Sinn. Oh.
Reeperbahn, ich komm an, du geile Meile, auf die ich kann. Reeperbahn, alles klar, du alte Gangsterbraut, jetzt bin ich wieder da.
So, dieser Sound. Und ich habe natürlich auch noch die Ladies mitgebracht. Also Hamburg, Udo, was geht ab? Alle nochmal. Oh.
Reeperbahn, ich komm an, du geile Meile, auf die ich kann. Reeperbahn, alles klar, du alte Gangsterbraut, jetzt bin ich wieder da. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Udo! Dynamite. Ein geiles Reeperbahn Festival wünschen wir euch, yeah!
So sieht es aus. Viel Spaß in Hamburg City.
Oh, cuties.
Thank you, Udo. Thank you, Jan. And yeah, once again, more and more into all of you here at Operettenhaus. So glad to see you and to see that you could all make it. We all thought that this year's Reeperbahn Festival would be much easier to organize than the ones before. But actually, it was only a bit easier to organize, because the world is still trying to get back on track after 2 pandemic years. And anyone who came here by train or airplane, railway stations and airports are a nightmare these days, right? And Some restaurants tell you, hey, we only have one cook or maybe two waitresses, and you might wait like 2 hours for your food. And the live sector of the music industry, it's no different. Security, stagehands, caterers, technicians, lightboard operators, producers, drivers, they all are the backbone of the live music business, and they are essential, but many of them have moved on to other jobs, which are less affected by the crisis. Understandably, because many of them had to find another way to make their living. There was not enough money to be earned in the live entertainment for more than 2 years. And those who stayed are facing another big challenge now. They have to make live entertainment much more energy efficient because prices for energy are rising fast and high. Stage lights, technical equipment, air conditioning, general heating will cost so much more than before for all venues and productions. But we can't just rise the ticket prices. Who would pay for that? People are worried how to heat their homes in the wintertime. So we have to find solutions as a community. We here will do what we know best. We will give you professionals from all sectors of the music business a platform, a marketplace, and a chance to network the next days. Among others, also on these main topics: fair payment from the video platforms to the rights holders, bringing more young professionals into all sectors of our business, and how to empower musicians and maintain a music business in autocratic systems. We all share the same passion, so let's get back together. And we don't want to do it on our own as music professionals, but we want to do it with the audience, should be part of it. And I want to remind everyone, music is essential to our lives. And by the way, it's the greatest business to work in. And I'm incredibly proud. And I'm incredibly proud that we will have like 40,000 people attending the festival in 4 days, and we are expecting around 3,500 music business insiders from about 40 countries. And this year we'll have about like 200 panels and discussions and masterclasses, and we're offering an amazing variety of over 400 concerts with music acts from around 40 nations, and there's as well a program of 80 events, arts exhibitions and readings and film screenings. And you all have seen it, we have our own unique contest, the International Talent Award Anchor, and we will also present the results of the second study for Key Change, which is our movement. Everyone is there. Great. I would explain it to the folks down here. Key Change. Key Change is our movement that empowers talented and underrepresented genders with training and mentoring, and we also offer a network support. And this year, it's the second study, we want to know more about the demands and expectations on the consumer sides regarding the gender balance in the music business. For example, in radio programs, in festival lineups, maybe also in record stores and streaming playlists. And yes, we are presenting many, many showcases and events around this year's partner country. It's already said before, it's the United States of America, the biggest music market in the world. And as always, it's my personal honor to give all the people working so hard for this festival a big round of applause as the stagehands, the organizers, technical support, security, logistics. Thank you, and especially to the Reeperbahn Festival team. They've been working on this event since last autumn. Please give them a big round of applause. And I want to finally thank a few people for their engagement and support. It's the federal government's Commissioner for Culture and the Media, Claudia Roth. It's the first mayor of the city of Hamburg, Dr. Peter Tschentscher. It's the head of Hamburg's Authority for Culture and the Media, Dr. Carsten Broster. Last but not least, it's the United States Ambassador to Germany, Dr. Amy Gutmann. Thank you very much to all of you. And furthermore, I want to thank all supporters from state authorities, but also from politics and the sponsors, and especially our media partners. Thank you for making this happen. And what would the opening show of the Reeperbahn Festival be without our smart and charming host? And I'm so happy she's here again this year. She's been hosting this ceremony for a few years. She's like the solid rock in this ceremony. Please give a big hand. I don't know from where she's coming, but give a big hand for the marvelous, the incredible, the unique Hadnet Tesfai.
Almost like I paid you. And this is, please give him a round of applause as well, the boss of this extravaganza, the captain of the ship. He's the general manager of the Reeperbahn Festival, Alexander Schulz. Listen, everybody, I hope you enjoyed our show tonight. And now we wish you an amazing festival. We wish you a great evening, a great night. Have fun, stay safe, go crazy, right? Okay. And this is the Reeperbahn Festival 2022. Give it up for Ellie Goulding. Have fun.
We're too late.
You're the light, you're the night, you're the color of my blood. You're the cure, you're the pain, you're the only thing I want to touch. Never knew that it could mean so much, so much. You're the fear, I don't care, 'cause I've never been so high. Follow me through the dark, let me take you past the satellites. You can see the world you brought to life, to life. So love me like you do, la la, love me like you do. Love me like you do, la la, love me like you do. Touch me like you do, touch me like you do. What are you waiting for? Fading out on the edge of paradise. Every inch of your skin is a holy grail I've gotta find. Only you can set my heart on fire, on fire. Oh, I let you set the pace, 'cause I'm not thinking straight. My hands feel around, I can't see clear. Oh, what are you waiting for? Love me like you do, love me like you do. Dankeschön.